what's on my desk Wednesday, and what's on my desk at the moment is the book that book cover of these 3 signatures here. I haven't stitched them or put them together yet because I thought I'd do the cover outside first. Well, I've had a book and I've reinforced the spine here because I took the whole of the pages out of the book. And what I'm doing now, I'm coming in, I've put the material here on the outside which I want to use, and now I'm just coming in quickly to shabby chic it up a little bit. It's a bit in your face, so it's just, I'm just going around to give a little border around the edges here. And very gently, not heavy at all. I'm giving it a nice white edge and then just doing the edges as well. I don't want to cover everything completely so I can't see it, but I want to cover it so that it is quite shabby chic. Now there's the difference between that to that, and even though that this side is really nice, I like it, I just tend to like doing things oldie worldy, as I say, and shabby chicy. So that's what I've decided to come in and show you what I'm doing. Let me move that out the way. I'm coming around and doing this edge. It's only a normal, it's only gesso. This is actually indigo blue, which is a lovely gesso, very nice. For doing something like this, it covers lovely. You get different sorts of gesso. I like Pebbio gesso as well. They seem a bit more robust. You get a better coverage and they're not so runny. But I don't put big blobs of it on. I wait until I know that most of it, you can dab it as well, but I wait until I know most of it is off of my sponge before I put any more on. Otherwise you'll end up with quite a drippy sponge roller. There, I don't really want to cover it too much. As I say, there's a lot more on this than you think, but I do want the edges to be more white than and the corners. Fluffed up. There. That's looking quite nice now. Might turn it over and just go like this so that the edge here has a bit more on it. At the end of the day, it's how you want it to look. Not anybody else, just you. And I've left this here quite gesso free actually, yeah. Whereas the front has got a lot more on, but the front doesn't really matter because I'll be putting things on the front. But now I want to come in and do some more gesso on the inside. There, like that. probably got enough on there now for what I'm going to be wanting it for. Let me move this out the way a minute and come in, and I'm not really going to go into the middle too much. That was a mistake there, because you're not going to see that with the signatures going in. But I'm tending to come to the edges again. And you don't need a load of paint on there. The sponge soaks it up an awful lot. So you can keep going for quite a while before you think, don't think there's any left there now. And this was a book that I had, and I've taken pages of the inside out. And then I put my tape over the middle of the spine, over the spine, to reinforce it. See, you can see there's still a fair bit of gesso on here. That's it. I'll probably call that a day now with what I want to do with it. And also this, the fringed edge here where I've frayed the material, that'll stop it fraying anymore with the gesso on there as well. Very happy with that now. That's gessoed as much as I want it to. I'm just going in now and finishing off what's in the sponge here. That's all. And that's looking really nice. So I'm very happy with that. Now I have been experimenting with some material. Oh gosh, that's very bright, isn't it? I end up with I have to have something here, otherwise I don't. With the light directly above me, it tends to have a complete shine on it. Now I'm going to see if I pick any of this up here. Let me get a piece of copy paper. Now this is a bit of an experiment, because we'll put that away for the time being now, because until that dries. So we'll leave that there. Now this is, as I say, a nice little bit of cotton. It was a whitish piece. Let me get a piece what it did look like. This is how the cotton looked there. And then what I did, I with the Tim Holtz 3D texture fades embossing folder, I braided onto one side, I think it was antique linen, and it was distress oxide. I braided that onto one side, and then I cut the material down to the same size as what the embossing folder is, and I spritzed it with water. Then I put it into the embossing folder, put it through, then let it dry. It really comes up with a nice raised, textured piece of material. But I thought, I wonder what it's like if I had a bit of gesso on there. And I was just going to say SODS law. I have no gesso left on my sponge. Well, let's just get a little bit here and see. It's just an experiment. I want to see what actually happens. There you go. I've got some on there now. I'm not going to do it too heavy because I don't want it to go into the material and then just go as a blob of gesso. Don't think anything's going to happen there. Doesn't look like it, does it? No. I thought it might pick up the raised area. It's toned it down a little bit, but this is paper, this one. Now, let's see what it does to the paper. Oh, it's picking it up with the paper now. Oh, that's lovely. I'm not sure whether you can see that. I'll just go over it a bit more. It is actually picking up the raised area of the paper. Oh, lovely, yes. And it's giving you a more defined image now. Oh, I like that. Definitely. Very nice. I just wondered how... I'm a bit disappointed it didn't work on the material, but obviously the raised area isn't enough for it to catch it. So, but it works with this. See how it's lightened that and brought the image out now? That's beautiful. Really nice. I'm happy with that. I'll be using that. I might put that into the journal that I'm just finishing off. Very nice. Now I thought that when I did it with this bit of paper because I thought the bit of paper was too dark for what I wanted it for. So I thought, oh well, it'll do as an experiment. But now, oh, let's see if I can get any on this side as well. See what happens this side, because there's still some left on the sponge. Not much, but some. Oh gosh, that's coming up beautiful as well. Wow. I wished it had come up like that on the material, the fabric. I'm such a fabric person that I love experimenting with. Oh, that's looking really nice. That's picking up the raised areas. Beautiful. I'm just a bit more pressure from the sponge now because I'm conscious that it really is getting to the last of the gesso on there. So I'm trying to define it a bit more. Oh, isn't that lovely? I want to get rid of that mark there. So, see, you can see how that there is still gesso in there when you dab it like that. That is beautiful now. And then we have the other one, the other side. Right, now we've got some more to the surface. I wonder if I can dab here without sort of pressing out the embossing. No, that's fine. It's doing it. Defining it. Well, I'm quite happy with that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful now? Well, that's going in one of my journals. In actual fact, that might go in... oh, look, here we go. Look, I have other material there that I've put through the... another embossing folder. This one here, this embossing folder was, let me see, whose was that? That was Lisa Horton Crafts. This embossing folder, and I did exactly the same thing of brairing the antique linen on one side. And then I didn't spritz it, the embossing folder, I spritzed the material, then I put it on and embossed it. And do you know what? I'm still going to put, I'm knocking everything down here, yuck. I'm going to put some more paint on there and just, oh gosh, got more than I ever wanted there, but it doesn't matter. There you go. Too much, definitely too much. But let's have a look and see if we can get a raised area. I'll use that on something else, me and gesso. Never gets wasted. So let's see if I can go over on this now that I have, oops, more on there. Oh, let's take the lot on there. Right. Well, I'm not sure whether you can pick this up, but I'm picking it up. It really is. It's got a lovely white raised area to it. I'll keep going while I'm at it, just to, and that's with material and an embossing folder. I've done something like this before, but this was years ago, and it was before we really had the 3D embossing folders. Just did it with normal embossing folders, and you did get a nice image, but not such a raised image as this. This is beautiful. Oh yes, love that. Oh, very pretty for your material to go in your journals. Oh, it's picking it up gorgeous. I'll give you I'll put it nearer the camera in a minute so that you can have a look at it. But that is looking stunning. It's picked up the edges beautifully. Right, Shirley, that's enough for the time being. Let it dry, and then isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that is stunning. I love it. So that's your embossing folder. Let me get the embossing folder that I used with that one. It's this one here, In the Garden it's called, and that is just stunning. Oh my goodness, I'm going to use that for now that might go in my apothecaries journal where I'm doing the flowers as well. Right, I'm going to come back when that's dried because I'm going to tidy up. I have my gesso here, but I'm going to use this on something else now so it's not wasted. So I'll turn you off for a minute and then I'll be back. Well, as you can see, I'm back now. These are nearly dry, and this is the paper, and this one's looking really nice. This is material, and that's not bad at all. This is the other one, which I think is super, and then this one here, material again, just white gesso. But this one now, this one's, it hasn't got any white gesso on, so I thought I might come in and try and see what it's like with just antique linen, distress oxide, see if anything makes a difference to it. Yes, I think it is. Yes, well, let's come into the one that we did here, get some distress oxide on there and see what happens with this one, if anything. Maybe the oh no, it's catching. Oh, definitely catching, yes. Right, now I know it catches, I'm going to get a darker one. I'm going to get either frayed burlap or hickory smoke. Frayed burlap, because that's going to be the colour Let me just wipe this off onto. That's it. Let's see what happens when we get this on there. Now that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that is definitely so much better. Absolutely. It's picking up the embossed image on the fabric. Just gorgeous. Maybe it preferred the gesso on it rather than just... oh, I'll try it in a minute anyway onto that one. Oh, that is lovely. I really adore that. It's picked it up brilliantly. I might go in a bit heavier now on the edges here. Not much pressure at all. Oh, that's lovely. Right, now let's come back in and try this one. This one hasn't got any gesso on, and I tried it with the antique linen, but it didn't seem to take... oh, lovely. Oh, you can see it now. So, embossing with the 3D embossing folders onto fabric is just stunning. There, that's it. That's plenty. Oh, I'm happy with that. Absolutely over the moon. So, let's try this one here because I've got some left on here, and it'll clean off the brayer a little bit as well. Obviously there wasn't that much on there. Let's see with this bit of... no, definitely not that much on there, but it's cleaned the brayer off a little bit, so not unhappy. I'll put that away. Right, so that's the one with gesso on. This one hasn't got... this is the one with gesso on, and this one hasn't, but then I don't think I put very much on there, did I? So, oops, I'm stuck. Yeah, I've got something stuck in front of my iPad, I can't see. So, these are fabrics, and they've had all the, they've had gesso on, they've had distress oxides on, and they're all looking lovely. But this one here, I am happy with that. How does that look? Absolutely beautiful. I'm just my mind's in overdrive now on what I'm going to do, but this will probably go into my journal here, and this journal isn't going to be sold. It's going to I'm going to make this for a friend. So that could even go on the inside there when I put the oh no, that would look nice, wouldn't it, when I put the signatures in. But right, be back later when everything's tidied up again, and we'll carry on with a bit more what's on my desk. So sorry girls, as usual I went racing ahead without filming, but what's actually happened is the journal, I've taken all these pages out of the journal here, which is so sad, but the journal was getting too thick for everything that I wanted to do with the journal. So all these pages have had to come out, but they'll go in another journal, it's fine. But the reason they had to come out is because it wouldn't have been able to close very well. I have the 3 signatures, but I have to put things in there, and I want to put photos in there because, as I said, this journal now is going to be for a really dear friend of mine. Let me move some of this along here. So again, I've got no room. So rather than make it and then put it up for sale, as I say, I'm making it for a dear friend. I went ahead, I've put, as I say, put all the signatures inside here. That's one signature. Right, there's one signature there, one signature there, and the third signature here. And as I said, I went racing ahead, and what I've actually done is I've put everything into the book that I wanted to do. I've put the front on here, and I've gessoed it to make it shabby chic. And the closure, I'm going to put little ties on here. So I've put that one that side, and I put one this side here. Now, I've come back in just to show you what I did with the gesso. Well, you know what I do really. I just plonk it on. There's no finesse about it. It's just gesso. But with the metal pieces, I tend to come in and dab those with a little stenciling brush. It's all right. I'm now looking for something to wipe that off just a little bit, because it's a bit too much there. And then I'm just going to come back in, and there, that's lovely. Now what I'll do, so that's all you do for the, you can even go over with a roller. That's all you do for the little metal pieces. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more gesso on the edges here, because there wasn't enough for me. So just with my roller, I'm catching it on the edges. That's nice now. So, and I'll come down here. See, that's probably a bit too much there. I'm rushing, but it's your journal at the end of the day. And if I wanted to knock that bit back a bit, just come in with your baby white, give it a knock back, and that bit there will actually fade when it's dry, but I do want that to be a bit more defined. And the edges, look, I'm out of focus here, but there's the edges. And gesso dries fairly quickly, that's why I like using gesso. It's a very forgiving medium. That's lovely. And I think I want to stipple some more on here as well, just to, now I've put the, there, now I've put the paper inside, and what I'll do is I'll find whatever I want to put on there. I think it's writing, and I think I might type them on the typewriter and then glue them down, but then I'll put glossy accents over that. Look at this. Just put my hand in my gesso roller. Right, now I've done this side. This side's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm going to come in and do this side, because this side hasn't got anything on it. It's just and I'll do it quite, gesso's drying now quite, so oh, there's still quite a bit on there. Yeah, try not to bang my glass mat too much. Oh yeah, there's a fair bit. This doesn't matter so much because I know what I'm going to put in the back, because this is going to be for a very dear friend now. I'm going to put quite a big pocket on the back here, so not so much at the back here. It doesn't, and I'll just come down and tidy that up a bit there. That's it. Oh, I was going to put a bit here because this is where the brad things went through for the, this is where the brad things went through for the hooks. But, and I don't know whether whether I'll take the paper up right up there or not, but it doesn't matter. There. Very happy with that now. And as I say, it's a bit less with the signatures because it was too bulky, so I didn't. That's all right, otherwise I'm going to put this. Let me move this out the way here because I have lots of, if I just put that there and then I can take it in when I go in, and right, back down now. So that's the gesso there. And as I say, I won't show you what I'm putting on the back, but all the signatures now are exactly what I want. And oh, bang, see, I know what I'm going to put on the front as well. This is a little carte pastel there, just a little pull out, but there's lots of finishing off now that I need to do, and with all the other pages it would have been just too bulky. But this is what I do with my journals when I'm giving them as a present. Look at my fingers. And I'm hoping whoever I give it to, they carry on doing this sort of thing. Well, this is a little, it's not a tag, it's just a topper really, and I've put an image on the back, and then I've put an image of the people that this book's going to be all about, I think. And this is another pocket I've made here, and then I put a little bit of vellum just so it's not directly in your face, and there's a lovely picture of all the family, and then there's a picture of Martha and Joanna, but I think this book will probably be all about Martha in the end. Excuse me, because the person I'm going to give it to is Sandra, and I hope she loves it and she can fill it how she wants. So this will be the last showing of this book probably, but I'll just show you here. I'm going to put a tag there and a tag this side. I'm going to stitch it together there. Oh, excuse me, I think that's gesso. It just got in my throat there. But I'm probably going to stitch that there, so it's a nice long piece of, it's not ribbon, is it? A piece of material to give it a tie, a lovely tie. And what will happen is then I can pull it all together and give a bow, but all these extra bits won't be dangling because they'll be stitched in. But that's how the book has looked so far. But there is another thing that I'm going to be putting on the front here as well. I made this raggedy here, and that's going to go there beautifully. I like to put something at the side. I'm not sure why. I could possibly just cut it and put a little bit there, and that might not be so busy. I think I might do that. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut that and put a bit of the raggedy. There it is, it's lovely. I enjoyed doing that as well with lots of little pearls. I could even take it round to the back there, but I won't. I'm just going to put it there. Yes, so, oh, I might put it down a little bit because I'm hiding the metal embellishment there. Yes, so that's probably going to be the front. Quite simple, really. Not, it is a bit fussy, but it's not fussy with loads of things on there. So, this is my journal. Finished here. It's not finished in the terms of it's complete, but it's finished in the fact that I won't be taking any more pictures of it or doing a video of it. So I hope you like the process of that, and I hope you join me in the next video. So what's the next one probably going to be? This is What's on Your Desk Wednesday. So if I don't do one Thursday, then I'll probably do the Friday one, which is the quotes, which that's the journal I'm enjoying doing as well. So let's leave this and call it a day, girls, and I'll see you in the next video.